everyone, my name is Teresa Siderio and I am your Jersey Mama. I like to thank everybody for coming on, and just to give you a heads up, hi, thank you. There are sometimes people will comment. I will answer all your comments after, because I can't cook and read at the same time. But anyway, if the comments bother you, all you have to do is swipe your screen to the right, and then you won't be able to see the comments. You'll be able to see more of what I'm cooking. Okay, so I also would like everybody to go to my YouTube channel, just Teresa Siderio. Subscribe to my channel, and for those of you who can't make it, when I do my videos, it will be uploaded to YouTube, and then this way you'll get a notification and you won't miss any of the videos and any of the meals that I have planned. I also have a cooking channel on Facebook called Cooking Live with Jersey Mama. There's some recipes up there too that you'll be able to look at, and videos that I have of myself of some of the meals that I've prepared in the past. So with that being said, I like to welcome everybody to my Cooking Live. And today I'm making, I guess you could call it like a Tuscan chicken. And it's very, very easy to make. So what you're going to do is, you're going to warm up the pan. You're going to, I would say, put about 3 or 4 tablespoons of olive oil in the pan. Now, those of you who know how I cook, I usually prepare everything. I use my Ninja to, here, let me turn this off because I have messages coming in. I use my Ninja to chop my garlic. Be prepared in the kitchen. You can chop your garlic, chop your parsley, do all of that. But today, I wanted to do it differently, and I figured I'll show you. Okay, so what I did was I got a couple cloves of garlic, and I will put the recipe up for you. And I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of cut garlic, okay? So while that's sauteing, I am going to salt, and I use a Himalayan salt, my chicken, and I put pepper on the chicken. Now when you do your chicken, you're going to want to make sure your chicken is thin, because there's nothing worse than a tough chicken. And not to mention, it cooks faster, okay? So because the olive oil was cooked and it was hot, I can now place my chicken. And I'm going to place it, let me turn that down, the seasoned side down. Ooh. Now this is not going to cook very long because it's so thin, and I made it thin that way. You slice your chicken breast real nice and thin. Use a sharp knife. You can usually get 3 slices out of it, 1 chicken breast. You're going to salt and pepper the top. Now the reason why I like to put the olive oil and the garlic in the pan and then put my chicken in is because of the fact there's no reason why, when you're on a weight loss program, such as a keto weight loss program, that your food should taste bland. The better you season your food, the more likely you are going to be able to stay on your weight loss program. And I think this just goes with everything, whatever weight loss program is. The more you season your food, the better you season your food, the longer you will stay on your program, because there's nothing worse than having to eat bland food. So because it's so thin, it does not take long for the chicken to cook in the pan with the olive oil and garlic, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to wait until it's a little pink. Oh, let me get that piece over here. Let me turn that back over. And I'll show you. See how thin that is? Okay, so that's how you want it. Then you're going to put it in. You saw how long. It doesn't take long. It takes about 2 minutes on each side if the pan is nice and hot. Now you're going to let this cook in the sauce, so don't worry about when you see it not being cooked all the way. You want it cooked where it's white, so this way when you cook it in the sauce, and then I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil. And I'm going to put in the rest of my garlic. This is about another 2 tablespoons of garlic. You're going to saute the olive oil and the garlic in the pan. Just until it gets to be like not even a golden color. Just so this way it gets, let me see what you would put it. Like maybe a little yellow. Just enough until the flavor of the garlic starts to release. So this way when you put your other ingredients in there, you don't burn the garlic. Now in this dish, I chopped up some portobello mushrooms, or not portobello, little button mushrooms. They were cleaned. Now if you're not a mushroom person, feel free not to put it in. And then I also sliced, or you can get it yourself, some black olives, okay? You could slice it yourself, or you could already buy a small can of the sliced olives. You're going to salt and pepper. You know, I love these grinders, but sometimes when you get to the end, I don't know what happens to it, but I feel like it never, the grinding never works right. I'm going to put a little bit of garlic powder. The recipe, it's up to you. You're just going to let this sweat a little because the mushrooms have water in it. And you just want to be able to coat the mushrooms with the olive oil and the garlic. And it doesn't take long because you're still going to use something else. This dish is, wait till you see how fast. As soon as you start smelling the olives starting to cook, it smells so good. You're going to add some fresh spinach. Now you can cut up your spinach, chop it, or you can just leave it like a leaf. I like it whole. Make sure you wash your lettuce real good because last year I think there was an issue with the way that the spinach was in the bag and it caused salmonella. So make sure you wash your spinach real good. Add a little bit more salt. You just want to turn it around, make sure everything is incorporated. Your spinach will start to melt or wilt, but it's okay. This is a big flavor. I love chicken broth. Whenever you cook something with chicken broth, okay? It adds so much flavor to what you're cooking. While this is simmering, we're going to let this simmer. I want to tell everybody that so far to date, I have lost 18 pounds. I was almost a size 14 pants. I am down into my size 10 pants now, which I was last year. But I gained so much weight over the winter due to some medication that the doctor put me on, and I was livid. So, by eating this way and having the drink, and what the drink does is it actually melts the fat. Even my back fat has gone away, is going away. I can't say it's completely gone away, but it's going away. Okay, now to this, once the chicken broth has simmered, okay, you're going to add some heavy cream. I want to say a little more than a quarter of a cup. Let me put this back in the refrigerator. Now here's another big flavor. Pecorino Romano, okay? It's different than the Locatelli cheese that I normally like to use, but Pecorino Romano puts more of a creamy texture and a creaminess and a mild cheese flavor to this dish. So you can use as much as you like. It doesn't seem to be, I don't think it's much of a salty cheese. It's just more, I mean, the flavor is just so different. Locatelli cheese puts out a really, to me, it's saltier than most. And I like to use that in a lot of my cooking. But when you do with the Pecorino Romano, don't be afraid, because it's so mild, and to me, it's not salty at all. Now, normally some people would like to bread the flour, bread your flour, flour your chicken, and it does, when you cook the chicken, if you dip your flour, it gives the chicken a thickness, or it gives the broth a thickness. But because I am staying away from everything that is white, it has a tendency of, it won't be as thick as normally, but you can definitely thicken it up. Let me just put something. I'm just going to put like a tablespoon of butter. Just to add that buttery flavor, because I didn't use any wine in this, and that would be for a different dish. It does give it a little bit of thickness to it. Once it starts to boil, I have some fresh basil or basilico. That's from my yard. You want the smell of that? It smells so good. It just makes everything taste so much fresher when you have fresh herbs. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your chicken. You're going to put the chicken back into the sauce. Now, if you wanted this to be lemony, you can certainly add the lemon in the very beginning. I would add slices, and once you slice the lemon thin, but that could be another dish, and I could share that to you another time. I always think of other things that I could do when I'm cooking, saying, oh, well, you know what, next time I'll add this, next time I'll add that. Okay. I'm going to add some fresh grated cheese on top of the chicken. It starts to thicken up too with the cheese, because really with the heavy cream, it's like making sort of like an Alfredo sauce, because you're using the heavy cream. mess all over here. Cheese all over. Now, while this is simmering, you're going to let this simmer, I would say, for about 4 minutes. I do have one that I already made earlier for television purposes. Just a touch on the top. Let's cut this. Okay, so you know what I have to do at the end of every show, right? I have to taste it to see if it's poisoned. So you're going to take some spinach, you're going to take some of the mushroom, take a black olive, piece of chicken. Look at that. This is so good. Gotta pat myself on the back with this one. This is good. You know, folks, you can take any chicken this. You could make this with veal. Don't be afraid to fool around in the kitchen. Even though you made it with like one dish, there's no reason why you can't make that sauce with fish, with veal, with lamb. There's no reason why you can't just intermix your sauces with whatever you're cooking. So, my name is Teresa Siderio. I am your Jersey Mama. And like Ellen says, at the end of every show, and I think it's the nicest thing she says, is be kind to one another. So everybody, I would love for you to make this. You see how easy it is, and then put up a comment when you do, because I would love to know how yours turned out. So, buon appetito, everyone. Have a good day.